Minutes away from the start of the final game of the day in the VC We Play Hard tournament, sponsored by the James Ennis Foundation. Ventura, the host school, hosting Orange Coast College. We are minutes away from the tip-off. Join myself, Mike Cepeda, Jeff Stoynoff on the call. SoCalCollegeSports.com's coverage, 3C2A men's basketball. Stay tuned. Remember, everybody, be sure to check out our website, www.SoCalCollegeSports.com. Tweet at us. Let us know how we're doing, at SoCal College SPO, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. All of our games archived to our channel. You can watch it live and after the fact.
Set for our final game of the day here, opening day of the We Play Hard tournament from Ventura. Introducing the starting lineups, and first we'll give you Orange Coast College in the back. Jamoke Walker along with Lloyd Wright. Up front it'll be Montana Garcia, Kupa'a Harrison, and Joshua Davis. Meanwhile, some conflicting information early, but it'll be Isaiah Reyes and Stefan Natui in the backcourt. Up front it'll be Taylor Sturgeon along with Malcolm Ruff and John Williams for Ventura.
What do you think, Robin Hester throwing us a little curveball to start the season off?
It was Coach Joey Ramirez, I think, giving us doesn't want to tip his hand early.
It's all right.
It's all right. We kind of had a feeling we were going to see Isaiah Reyes one way or another, returning from last year.
I wonder what his game's like at the poker table. Will Cowens is probably pretty good.
You just know you got to call Joey Ramirez because you never know quite what you're going to get. You can't take him at his word.
Are you saying you're a calling station versus Joey Ramirez at the poker table?
I think you have to be.
You, my friend.
Davis and Malcolm Ruff will jump it.
Furthest thing I know from a calling station, that's for sure.
It's never really, that wasn't how I elected to do it. The Pirates win the tip, and Reyes will bring it over the timeline. Walker on him tightly. Reyes, a hard drive into the lane, and a blocking. Well, is this a moving screen, actually? They're going to call.
Go against Ruff.
Yeah, Ruff setting the screen.
That's on Reyes. Reyes not setting up a very good angle there. Ruff gets called for the foul, but that's a 50-50 blame there.
Walker brings it in. Right over to Garcia. This is Walker. They'll look down low. Davis going to work on Sturgeon. Lost the handle. Was partially blocked. So Sturgeon with a good job working against Joshua Davis, 6'6", out of Lighthouse Charter. And you can already sense that Davis is going to be a load to handle. Right off the curl, drives the lane, left-handed scoop is good.
Pretty nice finish there from Wright.
So Lloyd Wright on the board. That one tipped by Walker and out of play. Pirates will keep it. And be brought in by John Williams.
A lot of high energy from OCC early.
Well, it's literally 100% turnover for Orange Coast. They don't have a player returning from last year's roster. Harrison quickly into the front court, leaves it for Wright. He'll try for three, too strong. Williams snaps down the board. Tries to go between his legs there and is able to keep the ball off to Natui. Corner to Sturgeon, tried to work it down low. Harrison swoops in and nearly had the steal. It's going to stay with Ventura. Shot clock at 20.
Isaiah Reyes, you're the point guard. Go get the basketball.
Ruff will bring it in baseline right. They'll get it back out to Reyes. Reyes
there you go.
Driving, fans it out. Three on the way, too strong. Ruff on the offensive glass, lost it on the way up. Harrison digs it out over on the far side.
Natui.
Right in front of Coach Steve Spencer. And the foul goes against Ventura. Their second foul as a team early. We're just underway. Final quarterfinal. Fourth game of the day. The winner here will take on Palomar in the second semifinal tomorrow night. We'll have that for you here on SoCalCollegeSports.com. Right over to Harrison. Back out to Walker. Walker lobs it down low, but it is off the hands of Davis and out of play, so the turnover gives it back. Well, the first thing you notice about Orange Coast, pretty good size in the starting lineup. Walker is the point guard, but other than that, pretty tall across the board with Wright and Harrison, Garcia, Davis. Williams splits a double team all the way to the glass. Good and one.
Wow. That's impressive. Very impressive there. See if we can catch a replay here.
John Williams from Augusta, Georgia. One of a slew of freshmen for the Pirates, a team that made the tournament last year.
Man, he turned around right. That's a bad look if you're a defender. I had Paul Pierce do that to me one time. It wasn't fun.
Excusable. Yeah, it's Paul Pierce we're talking about.
Hey, we were just playing pickup. It's not like it was anything official.
He was just trying to make a point. Right, guarded closely by Williams, who nearly had the steal. It's on the floor. Garcia able to dig it out. No jump ball called. Wright still has it back. Lobs it down low. Davis can't handle it. Williams wants to run. He's in 1-on-2. He's going to back it out. Reyes, hard drive, fans it out. The three, good. Natui. 6-0 run. The Pirates have the 4-point lead, and they steal it again. Ruff, in traffic, bumped. Walker going to pick up the foul. Well, Orange Coast, I think, trying to create a frenetic pace, but careful what you wish for, Michael.
That's not exactly a smart decision for Coach Spencer and company, because Isaiah Reyes wants exactly that.
Yeah, he's going to flourish. And Williams looks like he doesn't mind it either. This is our first look at John Williams, the freshman, as the Pirates, both Pirates here in their opener.
Wonder if he's a music buff.
That's a pretty tough name to live up to. Reyes on a hard drive, tried to leave it for Natui. Natui with a baseline drive, has it blocked. Harrison out to Walker. Walker 2-on-2, in from the right, high off the glass, won't go. And an offensive foul called. We're going back the other way.
Waved him off. Let's see if we can catch this on the replay here. We're going to get a pretty good look here.
Coming right into your living room.
It's exactly what he did. That's a great call, and that's an even better job. John Williams, we just mentioned, holding his ground.
Yeah, kept the arms straight up.
Yep.
Natui trapped in the corner, gets it to Sturgeon. Williams over the timeline. Leaves it for Reyes. Reyes in on Davis. Finds Natui, who can't handle it, now gets it back. Natui swings it out. Williams will try for three. Good. John Williams, 6 early. It's a 9-0 run. Ventura's come out on fire here early. Meanwhile, Malik Skillern has checked in for Orange Coast, replacing Walker at point guard. Backdoor cut. Harrison lays it in, and the foul.
Well, Coach Ramirez is going to have a field day in the video room, because off the ball, that's just not very good recovery. You have to read what's going on there.
Sturgeon's first foul. And Harrison. Brace yourself, Michael. He's from Hawaii. A stunner. Kalaheo. And he puts the free throw away, completes the three-point play.
Hawaiian or Samoan, we've called a lot of Long Beach basketball, football, and volleyball. We've got some flying Hawaiians in our coverage of SoCal College sports.
We certainly do, as Natui loses the handle. Justin Alfonso, who's checked in, able to dig it out, and the ball will belong to Orange Coast after the jump ball.
First game butterflies, I think, for Natui. He's got little butterfingers going on.
So Alonzo and Skillern, a new backcourt for Orange Coast. This is Alonzo. Off to Nixon, who's checked in as well. Davis, top of the key, starts a drive,
Ooh.
Jump stop. The teardrop is good.
Was that a jump cut?
How about the touch from Davis, the big man? Reyes flicks a pass down low, reverse layup, won't go. Ruff couldn't get it to go. Davis pulls down the board. Tries to outlet to Nixon, but Reyes has the steal. Reyes in 3-on-2. High off the glass.
Wow.
No foul call, but Ruff's on the offensive glass and lays it in.
Well, it works out better.
Another steal
Ventura.
in the backcourt. Williams going to try for three, missed everything.
He cut a little rim. Come on, Jeff. Don't shortchange one of my favorite composers of all time.
I would never do that. Williams thought about a steal. Alfonso on the curl, too strong. Davis has the offensive rebound, but a foul called. This is going to go against Davis.
Zay Reyes, you got to be a little bit better off the ball here defensively. You just let Alfonso get to his spot. There is zero resistance defensively. Well, luckily you get away with it.
Yeah,
Foul called on OCC, but I mean that's about as Olay a defense as you're going to get.
I almost wonder if Justin Alfonso couldn't believe how open he was, because it was not his best effort on the shot. And you have to imagine that he would ordinarily put forth a little closer effort. Williams, meanwhile, set to inbound at midcourt. Ventura has a 4-point lead. Reyes a standing dribble. Across to Natui. Raphael Johnson has checked in for Ventura. This is Johnson. Off to Natui. And Tui drops a pass to Reyes. In from the right, hangs in the air, blocking call. It's going to go against Yankovic. Andreas Yankovic, who's checked in for Orange Coast. So Reyes going to head to the line for the first time this season.
Good penetration there by Isaiah. Let's see the replay.
It won't be the last time.
No, it won't be. He reads it perfectly, and with his athleticism, able to avoid the defender in midair and force the call against the defense.
Reyes readies the free throw. It's up and good. Reyes spent much of last year coming off the bench and delivering the burst of energy that you would expect. But this year he'll step into more of a leadership role, no doubt, as a starter. Skillern leaves it for Alfonso.
Early season reviews are mixed.
Anderson loses the handle. He's battling Williams for the ball, and this foul should go against Anderson.
Yeah, holding
so
Williams.
Kema Anderson, 6'2 freshman, picks up the foul.
7th foul already on Orange Coast.
That is trouble.
Absolutely, and when you think about the athleticism and the driving ability of Isaiah Reyes and company, we've already seen Ruff get some penetration, also seen John Williams with a pretty good handle.
Isaiah Reyes is going to go Adrian Dantley here and end up with like 20 free throws in the game, I think.
First free throw up and good.
So Williams with his 7th point already. Another change for Ventura, Dondre Watson checking into the game. So you got Watson along with Reyes.
Oxnard Heights on.
Raphael Johnson with John Williams and Daryl Handy Johnson on the floor for Ventura.
It's going to be a foul going to go against Jankovic.
So Jankovic picks up 2 quick fouls.
Handy Johnson. It's in there in a hurry. It's pretty good penetration into the lane off of the rebound. Great positioning.
Daryl Handy Johnson and Terrell Handy Johnson, a pair of 6'6 freshmen from Maricopa, Arizona. Step out on a limb here and guess that they're brothers.
You might be right.
Free throw is good.
It's the VC We Play Hard tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, sponsored by the James Ennis Foundation, former player here at Ventura College.
So Handy Johnson's free throw is good. The Pirates get 3 the hard way. 16-7. Ventura with the early lead. Alfonso working on Reyes. Hooks it back to Yankovic. Anderson thought about a 3, but now he'll back off. Hounded by Williams, who's got the steal. Williams gets it back. He's in 1-on-2. He loses his footing. Alfonso's got it back. 3-on-1 if they hurry. Hard foul. Robert Nixon hammered on his way up by Handy Johnson, and he will go to the line.
Running the floor like a deer. Let's see this on the replay. Look at his recovery speed off of the turnover. First off, really good on-ball defense here from Williams, forcing the turnover. Well, I thought Williams gets fouled there. No call. Handy Johnson out of nowhere with the block. That could have been a layup.
That's an old-school 80s foul right there.
John Sally would have been proud. Rick Mahorn would have been even prouder.
Might just be a lane violation as Nixon misses the first.
Am I speaking your language here in terms of the period?
You know you are. So one more free throw coming for Nixon, who misses the first.
Our first day of basketball coverage, you got no trivia for me? All you got for me is a Diet Coke?
It's true. I gotta step my game up here. I gotta come up with some trivia for you for perhaps for our semifinal coverage tomorrow. I'm letting the audience grow a little bit.
I got a feeling Adrian Dantley might be a centerpiece.
That one goes right through the hands of Watson. Adrian Dantley trivia might just be a little too obscure, even for me. I'll throw a little, while we're talking Adrian Dantley, throw it off. Do you know where he went to college? You probably do. We'll throw that one out there.
You know what?
It's just something to think about.
I don't think I do.
Montana Garcia with a little slide, and the traveling violation will give it back to Ventura.
Big East?
They've doubled up Orange Coast 16-8. That's interesting. It's a tricky question. Yes, I believe this team is in the Big East now.
Temple?
But not when he went there.
Actually, I think Temple's maybe in the Atlantic.
Williams on the drive. Blocking call. This is going to go against Walker. Or no?
No, it's going against Handy Johnson.
Okay, Handy Johnson setting the screen. Good on-the-ball defense by Walker, trying to stay in front of Williams. You already get a sense of how difficult a matchup Williams is. He's one of those guys that's too big and uses his body too well against smaller guys, but a little too quick when you put somebody a little bit bigger on him.
We have a warning on the floor here, so things getting a little chippy here between the Pirate on Pirate crime.
Yeah, well, you know, the way that Orange Coast came out and the way that the Pirates Ventura generally play, you had that sort of sense. It was a very, very fast pace, very physical. Both teams really getting after it. Lob pass down low. Davis lays it in.
Fantastic play design here, and the screen off there by Harrison.
Back to a 6-point game. This one tipped away from Landers. He almost lost it. He gets it back. Now splits the double team. Fans it outside. Watson will try from 3. That's too strong. Rebound on the floor. Johnson trying to follow, but it was dug out on its way up. So
let's watch this play here. Terrific play call as you see Harrison screen off. And that's something that they saw early on. I'm sure, by design, but
Leonard Stallings, meanwhile, checks in.
Perfectly executed.
Reyes, checked by Walker. Around a Handy Johnson screen. Landers, checked by Harrison. Landers with a baseline drive, tries to hook a pass, but Davis got a hand in there. Stolen by Walker and a foul in the backcourt.
Second on Handy Johnson. Couldn't get out of the way.
Sturgeon up off the bench. He'll return along with Malcolm Ruff. So Johnson and Handy Johnson both check out. Walker walks it over the timeline. Reyes bringing the pressure and a foul off the ball. It's going to go against Sturgeon.
What's going on here?
Well, Harrison's waiting at the line. Okay, so it's called on Watson. I thought they said Sturgeon, but it's Watson committing the foul off the ball. Either way, Harrison will head to the line. His first free throw is good.
Yeah, Watson just getting a little overzealous. Well, after the early warnings there, usually you have to adjust to the foul calling.
Yeah.
And with it getting chippy early, they've let him play throughout the majority of the day here. And when you see that early warning, a sign that things are going to tighten up. We see it right there. Bad pass.
Wright steals it in the backcourt, and he's fouled by Landers. So this will send Wright to the line for a 1-and-1.
No, it's early in the season. Don't necessarily like the way they are deploying Isaiah Reyes. He should be running the show. Instead, it looks like they're electing to have some of the off guards, such as Watson.
Landers in the game as well.
Handle the ball, bringing it up. I don't know if this is maybe an opportunity that they see to get them some reps, bringing the ball up against some pressure. Lesser talented foe in Orange Coast. I think you and I would both agree. Ventura, big favorite here at home and their home opener for the We Play Hard tournament.
Second free throw rims out. 3-point game. Reyes jets into the front court, all the way into the lane, in a crowd, off the glass, and good. Well, that's something we saw a lot last year. Reyes in a crowd, what a finish. 5-point lead, Davis at the top of the key. Back to Alfonso. Wright checked by Sturgeon.
Great back cut.
Back to Davis, drop step, scoop, won't go, foul call.
Oh, rough. You don't need to bring down the hand. You just don't need it. That's a tough play to make down low if you're Davis. And that's going to get called every time. Ruff switches off. Davis has a step on him. There's very little possibility that he's going to make that. Davis does a pretty good job of getting Ruff on his back, and he's a wide body, so it's going to be tough to get around him. As soon as that shot goes up, hey, he's got you beat. Don't add insult to injury here.
18-13 the score. One more free throw coming for Davis. In the air, no good. So Davis comes up empty on a couple of free throws. Reyes splits a double team all the way to the glass. Won't go. Foul called. Reyes going to head to the line for a couple of free throws. Davis fouled him.
Good recognition early on there from Reyes. And not a lot of people can keep up with his Jets. Certainly nobody on the Orange Coast side dressed in orange.
Free throw is good. What makes Reyes so devastating in situations like this is he's a pretty good free throw shooter too. So when you send him to the line, he tends to capitalize. 2 for 2 there. 20-13. You were ready for the jinx, weren't you?
I was.
Why shouldn't you be?
I wasn't saying anything.
Another backdoor cut from Harrison, but a whistle.
Alfonso with the travel dragged his pivot. Watch it here. He hesitates. Yep.
Yeah, Stallings there trying to set up the cut. Reyes off to Sturgeon. Kick it back out. This is Sturgeon. Baseline 3 is good.
He gives Sturgeon a little breathing room there. Reyes goes right back to his stretch big.
Good spot shooter, no question about it. And there.
Stretches the lead out to double digits.
10-point lead. Stallings guarded by Landers across to Harrison. He'll try to answer from long range. Back iron, no good. Landers high up for the board.
That's a pretty good shot for Orange Coast. I got to believe Harrison has a green light every time that open.
Reyes to the crossover. Kicks it out. Watson. The leaner won't go. Rebound knocked out of bounds. It'll belong to Orange Coast.
Good shot for Watson there. As Isaiah Reyes really does a great job of collapsing the defense and creating a little bit more breathing room for Watson to get the shot off. Just can't get it to go.
Nixon pounds the dribble, now picks it up. Gets it back from Harrison on the give and go. Watson still with him. Around a Harrison screen.
Ooh, travel.
And this one thrown behind Harrison.
It was a turnover that was meant to be, Stoy. If you look at that play one more time, you know, we'll have a pretty good view of it.
Did Nixon know it at some level?
I think so. If you look here.
Maybe a little shuffle, but trying to find Harrison in the pass behind him. Meanwhile, the Pirates going to give it back.
Dueling turnovers.
11:53 to go here in the first half. Ventura out to the 10-point lead. Wright will come back and bring this one in for Orange Coast. Landers showing pressure in the backcourt. Gets it to Skillern. Skillern drops it for Alfonso. Alfonso circles around the screen. Harrison left of the key. The 3 is short. Landers has the rebound. John Williams has returned. Now he'll back it out. Williams at the controls. Around a Handy Johnson screen. Williams will fire for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound tipped out to Skillern. Skillern trying to go coast to coast. Blocked away. This will be goaltending. Handy Johnson. It's Terrell Handy Johnson on now. We saw his brother earlier. But Handy Johnson's block brings the goaltending call. It's 23-15. Landers out of a double team. They work it around to Tui. Open for 3. Rimming, no. Rebound tapped around, controlled by Williams. It'll be another chance for the Pirates. Williams in from the right, hanging in the air, blocking call. Williams going to head to the line for a couple of free throws. (23-15). And Williams back to the line. Well, Vita Fennell, Cordell Hankerson, among those Ventura College Pirates that have moved on after very good years last year.
Those are all conference studs. Eddie Cowan. Just saw him recently subscribe to the channel. If Eddie's watching, a shout out to Eddie. Fun to watch you play the last couple of years here at Ventura.
Trevor LeCount, also another guy who finished his career. It was a sophomore-laden team last year. I think a team with good experience, and they had an outstanding year.
They made a run, and they were very live at Compton, eventually succumbing to one of the top teams in the state.
Wright drives on Sturgeon. Tries to kick it back outside. Wright with the fadeaway three is good.
Tough shot. I think you'll take
What can you do about that?
Nothing.
Landers, contact with Wright, and the turnover will give it back.
Just don't agree with that call. The block charge has to be in play there. Defender does not give a lot of room to the offensive player. Let's see if we can see it on the other camera here.
It's very quick. As soon as he caught the ball, turned around and immediately Wright was right there. Gets the call, Harrison. Holding wide right. Garcia has returned right. Will try again for three, rimming no good. Williams high up for the board. Williams jets into the front court. The double team comes. They knock it away, and they've got the steal. Skillern thought about leading the break, but no numbers. Off to Harrison. Harrison into the lane. The teardrop is good. Kapa'a Harrison with the finish. And Orange Coast has cut it to 5. 25-20 with 10:07 remaining in the first half.
Joey Ramirez takes a timeout here. It's a good timeout, just telling his players to slow down. Energy getting the best of Ventura. Just stay composed. Composure has been a big issue here. You know, how good is Isaiah Reyes when he's composed and collected? He is arguably always the best player on the floor when that's the case. Now, a lot of times he isn't composed, and that gets his team into trouble. See the turnover number very high at times. But that's something that Isaiah has to work on this season. He's a fantastic talent, great with the basketball, great finishing through contact, in traffic, the decision-making when under duress. And, at a very high pace is what he needs to really work on for the next level.
Natui has returned. They get it into Williams, still bringing the pressure over to Natui. Get it over the timeline. Reyes will try for three. That's short, long rebound, and Reyes will track it down. Now Reyes wants to set up. Check by Pipkin. Around a screen from Handy Johnson. Natui, jump stop, left of the lane, tries to go up. Foul called. Natui hacked on the play, and he's going to head to the line for a couple of free throws.
God, he has a little daylight here. Right there. Just take the 15-footer. 15, 16-footer.
One more free throw coming for Stefan Natui. And he hits both. That stops the Orange Coast run. Back out to a 7-point lead. Trying for Garcia, who tries to keep it alive and can't do it. Skillern there tried to thread the pass to Montana Garcia. And the coverage was excellent. I'm a little bit in football mode. Meanwhile, Reyes draws a whistle in the backcourt. Both teams in the double bonus.
Well, speaking of football, Jeff, you got a big game this weekend.
Huge game for Ventura. This is the big one, Michael. And, you take a look at Bakersfield College this season in one loss by 2 points to Riverside, who's still undefeated. And they have had a terrific season, have the Gades. So this is going to be a supreme challenge, and it should be a good one.
Another big matchup, this National Central, Long Beach at Riverside. Then we will have coverage also of Allen Hancock at Antelope Valley. That's going to be a big matchup in the American Division.
Harrison fouled on the way up. Should be on Natui. So Kapa'a Harrison will head to the line.
Everybody and their cousin in foul trouble here. 10 fouls. Well, probably more like 15 fouls apiece for both teams.
Natui has 2. He's the only one out there right now with 2 fouls, but that's because the bench is already teeming with players with 2 or more fouls. For both sides, Natui replaced by Landers. Harrison with another free throw coming.
2 games on the docket tomorrow, the VC We Play Hard tournament. Semifinal action, 5 and 7 p.m. start time.
Misses the second. Handy Johnson off to Reyes. Reyes quickly back the other way, has it tipped away, but two Landers. Williams passes on the three, drives the lane, hangs in the air, shot won't go. Sturgeon tries to get on the glass,
Good effort.
but he lands out of bounds. It's going to go back to Orange Coast.
Just couldn't get it out of his hand. You like the effort, though, there late from Sturgeon.
Andreas Yankovic checks into the game, and he is playing with two fouls. Walker and Skillern on the floor together, so a little bit smaller lineup for Orange Coast. This one's stolen by Landers. Landers in from the left, missed the layup. The follow won't go. Williams has the rebound. The Pirates will reset a third chance on this possession. They lead it by 7. Reyes has Yankovic in a switch. Drives the lane, terrific pass to Handy Johnson. He scores, he's fouled.
How about this dime? Isaiah Reyes talked about the composure, cool, calm, and collected. Reyes with the dime and one opportunity here for Handy Johnson.
You know what I like about that play that you don't often see is the recognition. Reyes recognized that he had the switch. He had a guy that he can work on. He knows Yankovic can't really stay with him, and he takes immediate advantage and goes to work. Meanwhile, Terrell Handy Johnson completes the three-point play. Ventura back out to a 10-point lead. Walker dancing on the dribble off to Skillern. Skillern, a whistle off the ball.
Montana.
Williams with the foul. That's his first, but it will send Montana Garcia to the line. Well, it's an interesting lineup on the floor. You got Walker and Skillern, both point guards on the floor together for Orange Coast, and you also have Yankovic and Davis, the two big men, on the floor at the same time. So Coach Steve Spencer trying some different combinations here. That's not a big surprise early in the season.
I think the indication is they want to go one and done defensively. Offensive rebounds have really been an Achilles heel here early in the first half. This is second lane violation of the Pirates. You got to be smarter than that. Giving away free points.
31-22, and Garcia will ready another free throw. And that one's short. Garcia able to track down the rebound. But he traveled.
Well, you like the effort, but Garcia need to execute just a little bit better. He had 2 opportunities at a free throw.
Wright will come in and replace Garcia. Wright, along with Harrison, has really been the offense for Orange Coast early.
I like this matchup, or I like this lineup out here for OCC. See if they can make something happen, make a little noise at the end of the first half.
Williams at the controls for Ventura. Around a high screen from Handy Johnson. Back to his right, leaves it for Sturgeon, gets it back, 18-footer in the air, no good. Long rebound, Skillern battling Handy Johnson. It's knocked out of play. Who does it belong to?
Off of Sturgeon.
Good call, Mike. 8:14 remaining in the first half.
I do have the better glasses.
Walker over the timeline.
Walker.
Landers still with him. Hard drive, scoops it up, no good, foul called. Landers got him with the body.
You need to run over. You need to get out of that defensive stance, and you need to turn your hips and beat your man to the spot. Landers doesn't do that, and it's an easy call. Turn. No, still sliding. That's not going to do it.
So Jamoke Walker misses the free throw. It remains an 8-point game.
Stoy, John Williams has to be near double-double territory right now. He has 9 points, and I want to say he's in double-digit rebounds first half.
Reyes splits a double team in a crowd, kicks it out. They work it around to Sturgeon.
Yep.
That might have been blocked. Davis, quick outlet, ahead to Wright. Wright lays it in.
All right, thought about going highlight reel. Don't think he had the lift that he anticipated.
How about the quick outlet from Davis, too? Heady play. Igniting that fast break. Orange Coast hanging around.
Well,
they're still within 6.
What did we talk about? One and done. When you go one and done, especially off of the tip, Davis with a pretty good outlet pass. Sets up a layup.
High post, Handy Johnson. That one's poked away. Walker in 1-on-2, hangs in the air, shot block, gets his own rebound, and he is hammered on his way back up. Walker took a hard foul. He's to his feet. See Walker here in on Watson, can't get it to go, but stays with it, and then just absolutely blitz there on the rebound. That's a hard way to make it to the line. And if you're Terrell Handy Johnson, you're making your fouls count. That's for sure.
Again, Rick Mahorn would be proud.
Rick Mahorn, that is a very tough where did he go to college. That was one of my personal favorite stumpers in the where did he go to college.
Never would have got it.
So Walker heads to the line.
Will Cowan in the house.
Yeah, there he is in his familiar seat. Right there on press row at the end of the scorer's table. He'll be sending out a tweet soon.
Probably giving us an update on his critique.
Walker hits both free throws. You got to be impressed with that after getting his bell rung.
Yeah.
Calmly gets to the line, hits both free throws. Orange Coast with a little run, and they're within 4.
You know, Will got to go to the World Series game in Houston this past week.
Nice. Sturgeon tries to snap a pass down low to Williams, but Davis able to just get back.
You know, you're shooting yourselves in the foot a little bit too much here if you're Ventura. Coast is only down by 4. 7:10 remaining, and you know this could go sideways in a hurry here if you're Ventura.
Reyes around the screen, off to Watson, open 3, swish.
Watson knew it right away. Good in-rhythm shot, better pass. Uh-oh.
This one off the hands of Davis. Here's Reyes in on right, fouled hard. Reyes goes down, but he pops up quickly, right with another hard foul. And you know, Mike, I don't think in either of these situations we're talking about a play that's dirty, but it's incredibly physical in the last minute or so here.
Agreed.
So good to see Reyes, after such a hard foul going down so hard, pop up immediately. And fortunately, he appears to be okay, but I think it's an interesting situation here. From an official standpoint, I don't think you're getting anything here that really has any malice in terms of intent, but do you need to take some steps? Because right now the play is so very physical here in this first half.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right. I think the fire is getting kindled, and you know, that physical play is usually the match that strikes it ablaze. Got to be careful here, especially if you're Isaiah Reyes. You don't want to do anything. Foolish early in the season. Cost yourself some games and a chance to get better.
Well, he'll be heading to the line when we come back. Let's try to set the lineup for you very quickly.
Would have liked to see him give off to Williams there. A nice little lob, electrify this crowd after, you know, giving up a pretty sizable lead. Could have extended it to 9. Instead, you're going to go to the line. You'll have 2 shots coming your way, but
for Orange Coast, it'll be Malik Skillern along with Alfonso in the backcourt, Lloyd Wright up front with Davis and Yankovic. So they stay big in the front court. Reyes and Watson in the backcourt for Ventura, along with Williams, Sturgeon, and Terrell Handy Johnson up front. Reyes with 2 free throws. The first one rims, no good. Stallings, Harrison checking in for Wright and Yankovic. Isn't it the way every time you set the lineup, immediately there are changes? Reyes converts 1 out of 2. Well, I thought he did. Scoreboard hasn't updated. Alfonso fans it outside to Skillern. Skillern fouled out front. This should go against Williams.
Is that number 3? No, 2.
That is the second on Williams.
You don't need that. What are you doing? Oh, you know what? Hey, I got to tell you, OCC gets away with one there. Skillern hooks Williams there. Watch it at the tail end. Now, Williams did over-pursue and allowed that play to happen. It looked like it did, but if you look at the tail end of this, Skillern is going to hook Williams. That should have been an offensive foul.
Instead, Skillern hits the first free throw. Orange Coast back within 7. Stefan Natui checking into the game, replacing Williams, who sits down with the 2 fouls. Skillern, second free throw is good. Reyes beats the press. The triple team comes. Reyes still on the dribble, finally loses the handle and turns it over. It looked like Davis took a shot in the chops, but he's up on his feet and he's okay. And you see Reyes there, you know, Mike, he beats the press off the dribble.
That's a weak call.
But then he's just all over the place on the dribble and ends up dribbling into a triple team.
That's ultimately going after a spot. It's a terrible call.
Commits the turnover. Harrison, a drive on Sturgeon. Tries to drop it for Davis. Davis to the glass, blocked from behind by Handy Johnson, but Stallings able to get the rebound, find Davis who lays it in.
It's a better job by Davis there, setting things up near steal.
Watson hounded by Stallings across to Reyes. Reyes in on Davis. No call. Back out to Watson. Open 3. That's short. Long rebound. Out of play. It'll belong to Orange Coast. The Pirates within 4. And they have the ball.
When are we going to see Isaiah Reyes jump stop? Make a fundamental play. Stop going into contact every time. You have to mix it up. It's turnover.
Entry pass to Davis off the mark. Meanwhile, Davis still holding his jaw, and he's going to check out.
He's bellowing a little bit.
Montana Garcia returns for Orange Coast. Ventura and the home whites working it from left to right. Pass stolen by Harrison. Skillern in on Sturgeon, goes high off the glass and scores. Another turnover against the Orange Coast pressure. A quick 6-0 run for Orange Coast. They're within 2. They haven't been this close since very early in the game.
Who is this going against? What's the call?
Ventura will bring it in at three-quarter court. Orange Coast continuing to show the pressure. It's been effective of late. Into Natui. Natui gets it over the timeline. They bring the trap. Looking, finds Reyes. Reyes out to Watson. Open 3. Back iron, no good. Harrison has the rebound for Orange Coast. Orange Coast can take the lead with a long one here. Pipkin on Reyes. Almost lost the handle. Oh, he had Garcia wide open, but Garcia tried the touch pass.
Garcia.
I think if he had known how open he was, could have turned around and laid it in. Instead, he tried to get it to Pendergrass.
Yeah, the mustard not even off the hot dog. The hot dog not even in the bun.
All right, Sturgeon gets it to Natui. Just over the line. This one nearly stolen by Garcia. Loose ball. Sturgeon gets it to Reyes. Reyes in on Harrison. Hangs in the air. No good, but he's fouled. So Isaiah Reyes going back to the line for a couple of free throws.
This is a juncture in the ball game. Okay, the Pirates up 7 moments ago. And then Coast goes on a bit of a run here. This is a spot where you miss a player like Eddie Cowan. Eddie Cowan, such a great floor general, a very good decision maker. You know, he's a guy that takes a 7-point lead and can either hold it or extend on it with just fundamental play. And that's where Isaiah Reyes needs to take a little bit from his former backcourt mate and learn a little bit. Rushes
Reyes,
the first free throw.
1 out of 2. 36-33. Garcia off to Harrison. Back to Garcia. Works around to Harrison screen. Sturgeon in a switch. Looks like Sturgeon got a hand in there, poked it away. Reyes, 2-on-1. In on Pendergrass. Left-handed layup won't go. Follow no good. Pipkin has the rebound. 3-on-2 for Orange Coast back the other way. Pipkin into the lane. Tries to scoop one up. Nothing doing. Sturgeon has the rebound but has it stolen away by Harrison, and a foul called.
Sturgeon, what are you doing? Know your personnel. You're trying to outlet to a guard, not your freshman 6'6" forward center.
And Joey Ramirez is over there talking to Sturgeon right now, and you have to imagine, as I do, working with you for as long as I have, that that's along the lines of what he's telling him right now.
It wouldn't shock me.
So Harrison,
making a 1-point games, 4:14 remaining in the first half.
the beneficiary of some good fortune there.
Longest first half we've had so far. Not close.
An awful lot of damage being done at the free throw line. Meanwhile, Robert Nixon returns for Orange Coast. So both coaches going deep to the bench here in this first half. That one rolls off, 36-34. It's a 2-point game. Reyes in from the right, drives on Garcia, lays it in.
That's just easy money. I have no idea what Orange Coast is doing. Let's run a double team at the fastest player on the floor.
Skillern scoops one in. So Malik Skillern with the finish. Back to a 2-point game. Watson gets that one off as he loses his footing. Sturgeon gets it back to Watson. And they'll go to Reyes and set things up. Plenty of time on the shot clock. I'm not sure I've mentioned the shot clock here in the first quarter.
Haven't had to.
Crossover on Garcia, and the pivot foot slides. It's an easy call.
I didn't even see his feet.
Traveling violation. Orange Coast again with an opportunity to grab the lead. Ventura has led by as many as 10. Harrison working on Sturgeon in from the left. The runner is no good. Rebound batted around. Stallings to the floor, battling Natui for it. Stallings has it, or I should say it's Alfonso. So a timeout taken. Orange Coast will maintain possession after Alfonso takes the timeout. 3:17 remaining in the first half. It's a full timeout. We'll step aside. You're watching the We Play Hard tournament here at Ventura College, brought to you by the James Ennis Foundation. Orange Coast with the ball. They'll bring it in, baseline left. Trailing by just 2. Pirates off an 8-win season last year. Trying to start this campaign with what would be an upset, certainly. Alfonso open for 3, too strong. Handy Johnson high up for the board.
Like it. Good defense on that possession.
Natui gets it off to Reyes. Reyes starts a drive in a crowd, forces one up. Handy Johnson's follow won't go. Long rebound to Skillern. Skillern has it 1-on-2. He's going to pull it out here and set things up. They'll work it around to Alfonso. Nixon in the corner to Alfonso. Harrison has it in the low post. Reyes in a mismatch. The fadeaway is short. Reyes with the rebound. Reyes over the timeline. Into the lane. Again tries to force it up and the foul called. So Reyes going back to the line. I think with Orange Coast here, I think battling some foul trouble, but it's questionable where you're going to get the offense. Kupa'a Harrison. Obviously it has to be option number one, but you got Nixon and Pendergrass along with Alfonso and Skillern. Meanwhile, Reyes hits the first free throw.
Better.
He's got to be at about 10 free throw attempts here in the first half.
I think this is number 8.
Sounds about right. I feel like it's about
6,
4 trips.
And I think he's 6 of 8. He's missed 2. He went 50-50 on 2.
Nixon gets it to Alfonso. Pendergrass, a drive on Sturgeon. Reyes gets a hand in there, but can't get the steal. Alfonso's got it. Shot clock down to 9. Skillern gets a screen from Yankovic. Hoists up a long 3 off the glass, no good. Reyes has the rebound and he wants to run. It's a 3-on-2. Lobs it for Handy Johnson, who can't come up with the handle. Lands out of bounds. The turnover will give it back. Well, they're trying to cue up a highlight.
Oh. Missed opportunity big time. That was right on the money. I mean, that is a New York City dime if I've ever seen one right there. Rucker Park special, and Handy Johnson unable to corral it and throw down the hammer.
Stallings returns for Orange Coast. Under 2 minutes to go in the first half, 40-36 Ventura with a 4-point lead. Skillern directing traffic. Stallings loses the handle. Out of bounds, the turnover gives it right back to Ventura.
Ventura is just so feisty on the ball. Really like their energy most of the time. Couple defensive lapses.
They continue to pressure Reyes in the backcourt, and
I just think that's a mistake.
I just don't know how much you're really going to get done. He seems to be able to beat it off the dribble without even having to pass. Alfonso bumps him out front. And both teams well into the bonus at this point, obviously, so Reyes going to head right to the line for a couple of more free throws.
I mean, okay, I understand what Coach Spencer and company are trying to do. They're trying to speed up Isaiah Reyes and make him make a mistake. Problem is, he's fouling out your entire team. This is number 9 and 10 in terms of attempts in the first half for Isaiah Reyes.
Yeah, meanwhile, it's the second foul for Alfonso. Reyes goes 2 for 2. Ventura pushes it back to a 6-point margin. Skillern leans over the dribble. Stallings over to Alfonso. Alfonso guarded by Landers. Shot clock down to 10. Alfonso circles right, drives it hard, tries to hook a pass, nobody home. Landers coming back the other way, it's a 4-on-3.
There you go.
Watson passes on the 3. Natui drives in from the right, terrific pass. Handy Johnson lays it in, but a foul before the shot. It's going to go against Ventura.
Take the first shot, Watson. No one within 10 feet of him right there.
And it ends up with Natui picking up the charging call.
You applaud the extra pass, but at the same time, you have to be a player.
Kama Anderson returning for Orange Coast. Under a minute to go. Yeah, this many fouls. Are we going to get a Hoosiers moment? Is either one of the coaches going to have 4 players out there and just go, my
team's out there.
My team's on the floor. Entry pass to Yankovic, tipped away. And Yankovic lands on Landers.
Yankovic,
so the foul going to go against Orange Coast, and if it goes against Yankovic, it will be number 3. And it is. Well, you saw Davis leave a few minutes ago holding his jaw.
Tracy.
And now Yankovic in some foul trouble. We'll see what develops there as Landers misses the first free throw. Orange Coast back within 2 on a couple of occasions here in the latter stages of the first half. But now Ventura has gotten the lead back out to 7. Walker over the timeline, off to Nixon. Anderson, a drive on Sturgeon, picked up by Handy Johnson. Now they have him trapped in the corner.
Landers just
they work it around to Walker. Back, Stallings fires for 3, in and out. Rebound pulled down by Terrell Handy Johnson.
Go.
Landers gonna slow things up. Ventura can play for the final shot if they want it. Down to 10 seconds. Walker pressuring Landers. Landers dancing. Now drives on Yankovic. Hooks a pass out. Long 3. No good. Rebound to Landers. Still time. Natui at the buzzer. No good. We'll head to the locker room. 43-36. Ventura leading Orange Coast. You are watching the VC We Play Hard season opening tournament here on SoCalCollegeSports.com, brought to you by the James Ennis Foundation. Set to get underway in the second half. Ventura with a 7-point lead at the break, 43-36. And again, you can watch all the games here on our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1, or at our website, www.socalcollegesports.com. And remember, everybody, all broadcasts here on socalcollegesports.com are archived to YouTube. Again, search SoCal College Sports 1 to find our channel on YouTube, and you can watch the game at any point in the future. Reyes has an inbounds. Walker on him. Williams between the circles. Both teams come out with their starting 5 that started the game. Knocked away by Walker. Wright pokes it away, has the steal, and he'll finish it off.
Well, poor start to the half for Ventura on the opening possession. Reyes got to be a little careful.
The turnover, Reyes splits a double team into the lane, hooks a pass off to Ruff, who missed the layup, but a foul called.
Malcolm Ruff, you need to go up and dunk that with authority. What a dime here from Isaiah Reyes. Splits the double. Over the head.
You know, the amazing thing about Reyes, and I think this is a point that we made on a couple of occasions last year as well, is he doesn't really show you much in the way of an outside shot. And so you have to imagine, as defenders, they recognize that, start to back off of him, to dare him to beat you from outside. He's still so fast that you can't keep him in front of you. Even backing off and really begging him to take the outside shot.
Well, the problem is backing off. If you put yourself in a situation where you're backpedaling, versus holding your ground, you're going to be in a world of hurt.
Walker around a Davis screen. They work the pick and roll. Davis down low, and he lays it in.
Textbook.
Natui had little to no chance against Joshua Davis. 45-40.
Go.
Struggling against the pressure. Wright misses the steal. Williams into the front court. The double team comes. Williams has his dribble. Gets it back to Reyes. Over to Natui. Wide open for 3. Missed everything. Rebound tapped around to Garcia. Garcia wants to run but doesn't have numbers. Wards off Sturgeon, skip pass to Harrison, quick pass to Wright. Wright drives the lane, in a crowd, scoop shot is good. Lloyd Wright, a couple of buckets early in the second half. Orange Coast has cut it to 3 again.
8:55 right now. The game was slated for a 7 p.m. start time, starting around 7:30. If the first half seemed like it took a long time, that's because it did. 36 fouls combined, 18 on each team.
26 players appeared in the first half, 48 combined free throws.
Leading the way, 11 of 14, Isaiah Reyes. He finished the first half with 15 points.
Walker leans over the dribble, looking for Wright on the backdoor cut. It's off the bottom of the glass and out of bounds. Ventura gets it back. Landers returns.
Orange Coast has an opportunity here to score an upset. Their opening game of the season on the road in one of the most anticipated tournaments of the year for Ventura College.
Reyes trying to dribble out of trouble, and he coughs it up again. Garcia lays it in. It's a 1-point game. Ventura wants to run the other way. Williams, hard drive to the rim, scoops it up, no good, but a foul called.
Cano Pablo turned his ankle a little bit.
Well, Ventura has struggled with the pressure defense, especially early here in the second half, but they do a good job attacking it there. Williams fakes the pass, and you see the drive.
Good ball fake.
Draws the contact. First free throw in and out. John Williams, 9 points in the first half to go along with 3 rebounds. But the 9 points came early. He was quiet in the latter stages. Second free throw too strong. Garcia has the rebound. Orange Coast down 1. They have the ball. Garcia, hard drive. Off to Davis. The layup is good.
Is Orange Coast's first lead?
It is. Reyes quickly back the other way. In on Davis. Off the glass. Won't go. Davis had the rebound for a moment but had it knocked away. Reyes outside. Williams will try for 3. Rimming no good. Rebound on the floor. Davis pulls it out. Wants to get it ahead to Walker. Landers got a hand, but Walker recovered. Walker In from the left, in on Williams. Shot off the glass, won't go. Follow, no. Tipped, good.
Man, Davis just all over the place.
Big man running the floor.
Tapping it up, doing a tip drill.
48-45, Orange Coast with a 3-point lead. Reyes in on Davis. Davis goes down hard. Foul called. Was Reyes in the act of shooting.
You know, I know it's early. I know it's the first game of the season. If I'm Joey Ramirez, I get my money's worth right here. Where's the contact? My point guard, arguably my best player on my team, is getting decked every time down. You get a foul call right there. A couple other times, he is getting mauled and no call. And you've been tightening. It's inconsistent because you were tight early in the game, and now you're not tight anymore. What is this?
It's like the strike zone. You know, you can call the game tight, you can call the game loose, but call the game consistently.
Yeah, call it
I think
fairly.
it's what the players is all the players really want. They can adjust from there. Orange Coast with 4 team fouls now. They did call Davis for the foul. It's his third, but it's a non-shooting foul.
Already 4 fouls on Orange Coast.
Sturgeon out to Reyes. A drive on Garcia. Down low, layup, good. Williams with the finish.
Good active hands there from Williams.
Another assist from Reyes. Ventura within 1. Harrison. Skillern gets it over to Wright. Wright drives it to the glass. Missed the layup, but a foul called.
See that last baseline out of bounds play. Williams does not bring it down. 2 easy ones.
The foul on Ruff is his third. Lloyd Wright will head to the line. Wright's up to 12 in the game. The officials huddle up here. Now we're ready to go. Wright's first free throw is good. Lloyd Wright, a sophomore. All the way from Australia. Both free throws good. 50-47. Orange Coast continuing with the pressure. Broken by Ventura. Reyes finds Handy Johnson, and Daryl Handy Johnson lays it in.
Nice job by Daryl. Staying composed, not rushing the layup, and he finishes.
Harrison, checked by Sturgeon. Drives it. Scoop shot won't go, but fouled on the play. He'll go to the line for a couple of free throws. I'll tell you, Orange Coast has done a good job in this game of attacking Sturgeon off the dribble.
Yeah.
As well, and making him really move his feet on defense. The foul goes on Daryl Handy Johnson coming over to give help. It's his third. Harrison's free throw is short. Well, both teams, as we've seen in the first half, seem to have pretty good depth on the bench. 13 players appearing on each side in the first half, so you wouldn't expect fatigue to be a huge problem down the stretch. Reyes, guarded by Skillern. Dancing on the dribble. Around Williams. Williams around the screen from Handy Johnson. Sturgeon passes on the 3. Williams drives the lane, hangs, shot up, won't go.
Goaltending. Offense.
It's going to be offensive interference. That one hanging on the rim, and no chance for Ventura as it turns out. Orange Coast with the 2-point lead in the ball. Right around the screen from Yankovic.
Oh, travel.
Wants Yankovic again. Williams read the play and comes up with the steal. Williams over the timeline, off to Landers, Gets it back again, passes. Baseline shot on the way from Handy Johnson. Rims in.
Hey, kid.
Couple of hoops for Daryl Handy Johnson here in the second half. Ventura has tied it up at 51. Wright holding. Goes in the high post to Yankovic. Gets it back. Harrison checked by Sturgeon. Drives. Kicks it back out. Skillern hoists up a three. That's good. Malik Skillern hits the tray. Orange Coast out to a 3-point lead. Reyes across to Williams. Williams in on Wright. Step back shot from 16, rimming no good. Yankovic has the rebound. Orange Coast looking to extend on a 3-point lead. Wright at the controls. Now gives it up to Skillern. Skillern crosses over on Landers, but backs it back out. Wright gets a high screen from Yankovic, picked up by Handy Johnson in a switch, fires from 18, that won't go, rebound on the floor, Ventura's got it. Reyes quickly over to the timeline, into the lane, tries to fire a pass to Handy Johnson, it's off his hands and out of bounds. And Reyes had some heat on that pass, and Daryl Handy Johnson couldn't handle it. 14:40 to go, a timeout on the floor. It's a 30-second timeout, and Orange Coast inspired here early, Michael. Opening game of the season for both teams, and Orange Coast trying to pull the upset, leading this one by 3.
Well, it's an issue of you're making Isaiah Reyes beat you or beat himself. And right now, the story is Isaiah Reyes is beating himself. At the half, you look at his turnover numbers. Reyes had 4 turnovers. He had 3 assists. It's not exactly the ratio that you want from your point guard. I count at least 3 turnovers here in the second half. So obviously, we talked about it. If he stays composed, and within himself, he's going to be very successful. And if he doesn't, it's not going to be very good. And the other question is, when he's not on the floor, who's your point guard? Because Stephen Natui has proven that he is not a point guard yet. He's your defensive specialist.
Yeah, right now it's John Williams is really the guy who's been at the controls for the most part when it's not Reyes. Quick pass down low. Harrison's left-handed layup is good.
Good finish.
56-51. This is the largest lead for Orange Coast. Landers across to Williams. Williams flies in and lays it home. Nixon back the other way for Orange Coast. Orange Coast with a 3-point lead. Stallings works it around to Harrison. Baseline drive, reverse layup, won't go. Rebound pulled down by Handy Johnson. Williams gonna hold it up. Gets in the high post. Handy Johnson, 17-footer. Rimming, no. Followed by Natui, that won't go. Natui's got it back, but has it knocked away and stolen. Skillern into the front court. Across, off to Stallings. Orange Coast gonna set things up. Sturgeon missed the steal. Skillern into the lane. Has it knocked away from behind by Sturgeon, but out of play.
Sturgeon over pursued there, and really not his game. You don't want Sturgeon over pursuing on the perimeter because he does not have recovery speed like you need to be playing out there. Luckily does get back, and I think the offensive player for OCC just goes to sleep.
Joshua Davis returning. So it's Walker and Skillern together in the backcourt with Garcia, Nixon, and Davis up front for Orange Coast. This is Nixon giving off to Garcia. Orange Coast with 11 on the shot clock. Garcia, skip pass. Skillern will try for 3 again. Back iron, no good. Long rebound. Natui had it, but it's now on the floor. Both teams fighting. Davis has it. He'll scoop it up and score.
Missed opportunity.
Back to a 5-point game.
Clear it out. Get out of there.
Landers tries to get that pass ahead, tipped away. This is going to be an easy layup for Walker. 60-53. Joey Ramirez wants a timeout. Ventura having all kinds of trouble with the pressure defense from Ventura. Full timeout taken. We'll step aside. 13:03 remaining in the second half. Orange Coast with a 7-point lead on SoCalCollegeSports.com. trouble brewing for Ventura.
Indeed.
In the 2017 opener at the We Play Hard tournament here from Ventura College. And the host team in some trouble. Down 7. Plenty of time. 12:55 and counting remaining in the game. Natui guarded closely by Skillern. Walker comes over on the double team. Landers gonna back it out. Gets it back from Handy Johnson. Hard drive, Garcia over to help. Garcia pulls down the rebound. Sturgeon almost had the steal. Garcia gets it back. Nixon open for 3. That's short. Long rebound to Sturgeon. A good look for Robert Nixon, but couldn't convert.
Ventura dodges the Pirate.
Pounds the dribble. Around a Handy Johnson screen. Davis missed the steal attempt. Sturgeon wide open for 3. Rimming, no good. Rebound pulled down by Nixon in a crowd.
Get back.
Nixon dribbles out, and now he'll find Walker. Jamoke Walker will take it into the front court. Pirates still searching for something offensively. Gone cold here in the second half, and they trail it by 7. Davis passes out of a double team.
Oof.
Might have traveled, no call. Walker, a baseline drive, tries to get one back out to Skillern. Skillern comes up with it, forces up a 3, back iron, no good. Landers gets the rebound, and he's bumped by Malik Skillern.
Good reaction time there from Landers as that ball carried right to Skillern after the missed 3. Watson's a good substitution here. Landers is going to come off. Looks like he's hobbling after that tough fall, and the Natui also going to come off. Watson on, and I think this is a very good substitution. I like this lineup here for Ventura. Should see a lot of fireworks offensive.
Reyes returning, and you have to imagine that we're going to see Reyes for the rest of the game. Meanwhile,
the only question mark for this lineup for Ventura, can you minimize the turnovers?
Lloyd Wright returns for Orange Coast. He's their leading scorer. Wright, guarded by Walker, pulls it back out, swings it across to Watson. Shot clock down to 13 as Watson dances on the dribble. Working on Skillern, drives it off the glass, scores.
Very good. Like that play there. Watson takes advantage of the matchup. Goes to work here. You see on the replay. Does a very good job of beating his man to the spot.
Well, it's a very small backcourt for Orange Coast with Jamoke Walker and Malik Skillern. And there, Watson able to take advantage.
Go get paid.
Wright picked up by Sturgeon in a switch. Leaning over the dribble. Back outside to Pendergrass, who's checked in. Walker fakes the 3. Drives it right, puts up the runner, missed everything. Watson pulls down the rebound. Good defensive set from Ventura.
Daryl Handy Johnson with the defense there forces up a very tough shot, moves his feet. Got to like that from the big man.
Malcolm Ruff back in the lineup. Here comes Stallings. So Orange Coast going to try and get a little bit bigger as Stallings replaces Walker. And now both Walker and Skillern will check out. So it's a much bigger lineup for Orange Coast. Reyes in on Nixon. Finds Watson. Ruff back out. Williams puts one off the glass. No good. Offensive foul on John Williams. And for Williams, that's number 3. It's hard to drive from beyond the three-point line. It's just a lot of time for the defense to get set, and that time Nixon was able to get position and draw the charge. Orange Coast leads it by 5, 10-19 and counting remaining in the ballgame. Wright off to Stallings. Shot clock down to 13. They entered high post to Harrison, back out. Nixon open 3, missed everything. Reyes with the rebound, wants to run, and Stallings picks up the foul in transition for Orange Coast.
That is all ball, and wow, Ventura gets away with one there. Reyes exposing the ball after the missed shot here. Reyes in transition. Stallings comes out of nowhere and makes a play. Man, it's pretty clean.
Sometimes it's just the motion that seems to draw the call, more so than how much of the ball did you really get and how much hand did you get.
Maybe we talked about the lack of calls going Isaiah Reyes' way early on. Maybe that's a bit of a makeup call.
Watson on the far side brings it into Reyes. Nixon on him tightly. Reyes drives the lane, fans it out. Williams passes on the three, gets it to Ruff. Ruff drives on Davis, and he traveled.
Man.
Malcolm Ruff, the 6'6 sophomore from Mount Vernon High School. Chicago guy.
Yeah. You follow Ventura College Pirate basketball. It's tough to
Long
watch.
three for Wright, rims high, no good, but the offensive rebound back to Wright. Tries to hook a pass out to Harrison. Williams had the near steal, but Orange Coast will keep it.
In that last play, Watson needs to fade to the corner there. He needs to present a bigger target with more separation.
Harrison will bring it in, foul line extended right, all the way across to Wright. Plenty of time on the shot clock for Orange Coast. Harrison in the high post. Looking for Davis on the cut, and that's off of Davis and out of play. The turnover gives it back to Ventura. The pace has slowed a little bit here in the last couple of minutes.
Advantage Pirates, and Pirates want to do this. Well, Orange Coast.
Reyes in on Nixon. A stutter step finds Watson wide open for three. Back iron, no good. Long rebound to Harrison. Harrison dribbles out. Now wants to run. Finds Nixon. Fans it out. Stallings for three, no good. Rebound, tapped around, controlled by Harrison. Another chance for Orange Coast. Harrison in from the left, out to Stallings. He'll try again for three. That's no good. Reyes battling right for the rebound, and it's going to belong to Orange Coast. 3 chances here for Orange Coast, and it's too early to talk about daggers, but this could be a big hoop here if Orange Coast can convert on this opportunity.
So you got the brothers on the floor at the same time, Daryl and Terrell Handy Johnson.
Drops it down low. Davis lays it in.
Miscommunication right off the bat.
Orange Coast, third chance points, and they lead it by 7. Reyes with a hard drive hooks a pass off to Handy Johnson. A whistle before the pass. This will go against Orange Coast.
You hear the if you hear the whistle, put the shot up at the rim. That's the veteran move. He's going to get rewarded with a free throw, at least a 1-and-1 here. And from the free throw line in the first half, Reyes very good, 11-14.
Again, the winner of this game will be in our second game tomorrow night at 7 o'clock, taking on Palomar. We'll have both semifinals here in the We Play Hard tournament from Ventura College.
We may have extended coverage. Stay tuned.
It could happen. 62-56 after Reyes hits the first free throw. One more coming, and it's good. 8:41 and counting. Garcia drops it for Davis, who faces up on Handy Johnson. Spins right, scoops one up, won't go. Handy Johnson has the rebound. Reyes in transition, off to Williams. Williams finds Daryl Handy Johnson. He missed the dunk. Tapped around, Davis has it. Orange Coast wants to run. Right with no numbers. In from the right, in a crowd. Hammered. He'll head to the line for a couple of free throws.
You like the effort here from Daryl Handy Johnson. Oof. A lot of contact there underneath. I'm surprised no call.
Instead, it's Wright on the other side who will head to the line, and the first free throw rattles home.
What would Rasheed Wallace say when the ball did lie?
He'd be curiously quiet in that situation. 64-57 after Wright converts both free throws. Reyes working against the pressure from Alfonso, and Alfonso bumps him in the backcourt.
All day, every day. I don't know what you're doing. If you want to speed him up in the half court, I get it. Why are you picking up Isaiah Reyes in the full court if you're Orange Coast College? I just don't understand that.
A 1-and-1. That is the 8th team foul.
And they're in the bonus. You're more likely to foul him in the front court because he's so fast.
Reyes up to 18 points in the game, and almost all of them have come from the line. Hits the second free throw.
Yeah, I went double digits in an all-star game once for the county. All of my points at the free throw line.
Can happen. Garcia, wide left, around a Harrison screen.
He was the first one to
pass
touch
to
it.
Davis.
That should have been a turnover. Should have been traveling.
An awkward play, no call. Walker into the lane, tries to get a pass to Wright. Wright recovers. Watson with the near steal. Garcia's got it back. Walker passes on the three. Off to Wright. Open for three. That's good.
Backbreaker.
Couple of near steals for Ventura, but it's Lloyd Wright with 19 in the game after he hits the three. The 8-point lead for Orange Coast is their largest. Reyes in on Wright. Offensive foul going to go against Reyes. The turnover gives it back to Orange Coast. Well, I didn't really see a push-off there from Reyes.
Well, let's see if we can see it on the other camera.
I was going to say, I guess he lowered the shoulder and initiated the contact.
That's pretty weak.
67-59. Orange Coast with the 8-point lead. Davis fans it out. Walker for three, and that's good. Back-to-back threes. Orange Coast sees the lead swell to 11.
6-0 run from Orange Coast. Timeout, Ventura. The wheels falling off. 7 minutes to go. It's game 4 on day 1 of the VC We Play Hard tournament, sponsored by the James Ennis Foundation. Bit of drama here, Jeffrey.
Ventura in some trouble. They led this one by 7 at the half. They have been outscored 34-16 here in the second half, and they now trail it by 11. The three ball.
Where's the foul? Thank you.
So Walker with a hold on Reyes.
They hang on to Isaiah Reyes almost every time down at some point. And if you're going to call him lowering the shoulder, you better call holds like that.
Reyes gets the call, and he'll head to the line. He's got 19 in the game. He had 14 free throws in the first half. He's certainly up over 20 free throw attempts in the game. First free throw, rims in.
Double bonus the rest of the way for Ventura.
Hits the second free throw. 9-point game. Pirates, Ventura that is, need some stops. Wright, guarded by Watson. This is Davis. Backdoor cut looking for Wright. Can't get the layup to go, but gets his own rebound. Skillern around a Garcia screen. Finds Wright. Davis establishing position down low. Turnaround shot off the glass is good.
Look at that big man move right there. That's a big boy move. Love it.
Joshua Davis.
Little dream shake.
72-61. It's back to 11. Wright steps in front, has the steal, and he'll jam it home.
Let's see it back-to-back. Here's the dream shake from Davis. And then fast forward a little bit. Steal by Wright. Terrible telegraph pass from Watson with the jam.
Reyes, meanwhile, fouled in the front court, and this has been the Pirate offense. And, Mike, you have to wonder, obviously, there's nothing wrong with Reyes taking advantage of being fouled and getting to the line, but is this the kind of thing that makes it difficult to establish any kind of rhythm offensively when it's so many fouls and your entire offense seems to come from one guy getting to the line?
Yeah. Well, it's tough to establish any type of offensive continuity. There's really zero execution. It's all Isaiah Reyes is going to break down the defense, and let's hope we get something good out of it. No entry into the high post, or very little from what we've seen. We need some ball reversals. Getting nothing. Watson Davis just going to work.
Davis tries to split the double team, but misses the shot, and Sturgeon takes a shot on the rebound.
I mean, even on fouls that are called, there are late whistles that are obvious calls.
5:53 remaining in the game. Sturgeon fouled in the backcourt, but it's a double bonus situation. So Taylor Sturgeon will head to the line for a couple of free throws. Yeah, there's plenty of time here in the double bonus to put points on the board with no time coming off the clock, but you need the stops. And right now, Orange Coast has gained an awful lot of confidence offensively here in this second half.
You can't take Reyes off the floor.
They already have 38 points in the second half after putting 36 on the board in the entire first half.
Jacob Alonso is warming up for Ventura.
Sturgeon's free throw, in and out, back in again. Nixon coming on for Orange Coast. Too strong on the second free throw. Harrison blocks out and comes down with the rebound. Fouled by Natui. That's the 6th-team foul on Ventura. So now Orange Coast will be shooting free throws the rest of the way. Alonso checks in for the first time. Garcia gets it back to Harrison as the Pirates show token pressure, and now they back off. Reyes tries for the steal, but Skillern keeps it. Skillern leaves it for Wright. He'll try the three and hit. Joshua Wright with a huge second half. He had 8 in the first half, but he's up to 24 in the game. Reyes around a high screen, has that one knocked away and stolen by Garcia. Nixon in on Alonso. Now Orange Coast going to take some time. They have a lead of 14 points, and Mike, this is a shocking result here. No matter what happens moving forward. This was a 7-point lead for Ventura at the half. Skillern splits the double team, goes glass, gets the shot to go.
You don't know where you go for the offense here. Like we said, zero continuity offensively, and the players look checked out.
Alonso around the screen. Reyes will try for 3. Rimming no good. Wright in a crowd comes down with the rebound. No call. Tries to get a pass off. Is it off of Garcia or Sturgeon?
Garcia.
And it's off of Garcia, so Ventura will get it back. Yeah, Wright comes down in the crowd there, and whether he shuffled his feet or whether he was bumped, you expect to see a call one way or the other. But no call. Talk about letting him play. And eventually he tries to get a pass off as he's falling out of bounds. 79-63.
They need a bucket in a bad way here. Do the Pirates. I mean, they're down by 16 here, Story, and 4:42 remaining. Not what the doctor ordered for Ventura.
Well, I thought that, we thought maybe there were some ominous signs in the first half, even when they were leading, that they were letting this team hang around. And then, give some credit here to Orange Coast as well. This has been a stronger performance in the second half, and they have completely turned it around, outscoring Ventura by 23 points in the second half.
Think about the way the second half started. It started with a turnover from Isaiah Reyes, and that has been a very common theme here in the second half for Ventura. So, VC Pirates, obviously a lot to work on. It's early in the season. They need to find an identity, because right now the identity of Isaiah Reyes playing at 150 miles an hour when everybody else is just trying to acclimate is not going to work.
Well, I think that's a point that you make, and I think it's a good point. Even last year in our coverage, there's a little bit of a learning curve with a guy like Isaiah Reyes. And there's a pretty good turnover here. Guys like Sturgeon and Natui played with him last year. But a number of these other players did not play with him last year. So this is their first game action with Isaiah Reyes.
Well, what you and I often talk about is, older players, more experienced players. Last year you had a Vida Fennell. Last year you had a Cordell Hankerson. Players who played at a speed that Isaiah Reyes is usually accustomed to. The game's not too fast for them. New players, not necessarily a new system, but they're not ready for it.
Reyes starts to drive, hooks a pass to Handy Johnson, but a foul called. That'll be the 4th foul on Malik Skillern. And Reyes.
And the concern isn't necessarily offensively. What happens is that when you lack that continuity offensively, guys check out at the other end, and it's the little things, the not taking a very good angle on a closeout, the overcommitting, the fake hustle on the other end, being late to your assignment. You just can't have it.
Both free throws good. But trailing by 14, you almost have to think Ventura needs to pitch a shutout here.
How often did we see Ventura, when they needed to stop, Cordell Hankerson would step up and shut somebody down? That's a travel.
Walker finds Garcia right, off the curl, misses the 3. Long rebound to Williams. Got to hurry if you're Ventura, even with 4:18. Alonzo in, pulls up for 3, in and out.
Oh.
Rebound on the floor, but Sturgeon's got it for Ventura. Another chance for Ventura. Alonzo passes on the 3, fires from 17 and scores.
Well, if Jacob Alonzo has that type of shooting touch, where's he been?
Yeah, didn't make his first appearance until pretty late here in the second half.
They need shooting right now.
Walker over the timeline. Now he'll back it out. Orange Coast content to run some clock. 3:44 and counting remaining in the game. 12-point lead for Orange Coast. Harrison drives on Alonzo. Sturgeon comes over on the double team. Finds a cutting Garcia. He's hammered. He'll head to the line for a couple of free throws.
It's a good offensive set. Really good find by Harrison here. Let's see the replay.
Yeah, they bring the double team. It's a tough matchup. See Harrison passing out of the double team, finding Garcia.
And Ventura doesn't really have that. They don't have a player, maybe Sturgeon, but sometimes he can get a little shell-shocked at times with all the traffic in there. John Williams has to be that guy. He has to be a guy that can not only operate on the perimeter, but he can also go inside and reverse the ball and be a point of, basically a point of continuity in the offense.
Alonzo turns it over. Garcia.
Travel.
Finds Nixon, hooks it down to right. He lays it in. Orange Coast converts on another turnover. Williams hangs in the air. The double pump goes. 83-69. Clock continues to run, meanwhile. 3:04 and counting. What a huge game from Wright. For Orange Coast, Lloyd Wright, 26 in the game, and he's been the difference. This is Lloyd Wright. Shot clock at 12. Walker guarded by Williams. Harrison off to Walker. Walker drives into a crowd, forces one up, no call. It's out of bounds. It'll go back to Ventura. Sturgeon took another shot, but Ventura gets the ball, but with 2:35 remaining. Michael Ventura is going to drop the opener here in this tournament, and that is a shocking result for a team that made the tournament last year. And, we talk about games, and, you play the games that they're not played on paper. And Exhibit A, Orange Coast, struggling of late, and what a way to start their 2017 campaign.
Well, let's start to set the table for tomorrow, the 5 o'clock game. The combatants have already been determined, RCC and Antelope Valley. We will have coverage of the 5 o'clock game as well as the 7 o'clock game. We may have coverage of the 3 o'clock game that is still in the works right now. You can go to our website, SoCalCollegeSports.com. You can also go to our YouTube channel, SoCal College Sports 1. Like what you hear, maybe have a critique or two, let us know. You just want to give us a shout out at SoCal College SBO.
Yeah, let us know if you want to say, give a shout out to anybody that's you're watching, family member playing in the game. We always love to hear that.
Absolutely.
Pass that along, and the further away you are, the better. And I say that with love, but I'm just saying that we love to hear who couldn't be here in person, and that's a big reason why we do this, and that's something that we always talk about. That it's fun to be able to provide this for so many people who are watching who have a connection to the game who can't be here in person.
Absolutely. You got a lot of out-of-state players. Isaiah Reyes, Newark, New Jersey.
Alonso lobs it, looking for Williams. Williams scoops one up, won't go. Rebound batted around, still batted around. Reyes has it, he'll try for three. That missed everything. Sturgeon has the offensive rebound. Williams in the lane, out to Alonso. He'll try for three, in and out. Back tap, Reyes one more time finds Sturgeon, 10-footer, air ball from Sturgeon.
It's been that kind of night here.
And Garcia has the rebound for Orange Coast. Well, you got about 5 looks there if you're Ventura, and I think you hit the nail on the head, Michael. It's just that kind of night. They foul Garcia right away, and he will head to the line. And this is going to be an emphatic win for Orange Coast, and they'll play in the 7 o'clock game tomorrow night, where they will take on Palomar, who looked very good earlier today, outlasting LA Valley.
Yeah, the threes that Ventura's missing right now, Palomar likely not going to be missing those threes.
Yeah, a little different defensive assignment.
Yeah,
tomorrow against Palomar.
Especially when they go up against the likes of Jackson Strong.
Yeah, the good news is you're probably not going to see a guy quite as fast as Isaiah Reyes. The bad news is they can hit it from all over the gym.
We're talking about 28 feet extended.
85-69 after Garcia converts both free throws. Alonso step back three, off the front iron, tipped in. Williams with the follow, but all for naught at this point. Walker keeps it alive. Williams gets a hand in. Walker forces one off the glass. Alonso high up for the rebound.
Pull up.
Natui finds Reyes. Reyes drives to the rim, forces one up, won't go. Wright has the rebound. Reyes fouls him immediately.
Third on Reyes. Not that it matters at this point. Well, how about Lloyd Wright? 26 points, about to add to that total right here.
Yeah, he's going for, if he can convert both here, he's going to have 20 in the second half.
Do you ever think Alonso's earned a little bit more playing time? Would like to seen him earlier.
Yeah, and you had talked a lot in this game about kind of a steadying influence to go along with the sort of kind of like almost like a fire and ice with Reyes and the way that he plays at 100 miles an hour as Wright hits 1 out of 2. And you need a guy who can kind of slow that down a little bit, handle the ball, do a lot of what Eddie Cowan did last year as well.
I wouldn't necessarily say or call Alonso the next coming or the second coming of Eddie Cowan, but I will say this. Playing at 100 miles an hour, you have a lot of guys with open space and a lot of open freedom to make some shots. And Spencer Alonso, I think he does a pretty good job or Jacob Alonso rather, does a pretty good job of stroking the basketball.
Yeah, Davis with the rebound on the Williams miss. No, I like the way that he handles the ball and makes seems to make solid decisions and can kind of take a little of that pressure off of Reyes. But obviously, Cowan, different type of player, obviously ran the offense a little bit more. But for sure, nice crossover from Reyes, but he has that shot blocked by Wright. Transition for Orange Coast, Wright in from the left with the two-handed stuff to put this one away. 88-71, under a minute to go. What a second half from Orange Coast. 52 points. Reyes spins right off the glass. 88-73. Reyes with 26 in the game to lead the way for Ventura. But the story here in game number 4 is Orange Coast pulling the upset on opening night.
Well, Jeffrey, you have 73 points on the board for the Pirates. 43 of those points came from 2 players, and 30 points came from everybody else. Top heavy.
And speaking of 30 points came in the second half. And that's not enough when you consider that Orange Coast is about to they have 53 on the board. Nixon hits both free throws. Reyes off to the 2, he blocked by Davis. Orange Coast wants to run 3-on-1. The lob for Wright gets the finish. Well, Orange Coast just having some fun out there now. They've been having fun for about the last 10 minutes. Williams will try for 3 and hit. John Williams with 20 in his first game in a Ventura uniform. Harrison over the timeline. No different shot clock and game clock. Orange Coast can just run it out. 92-76 is going to be the final. Orange Coast advancing to the semifinals in the We Play Hard tournament.
That'll do it for our college. A tremendous performance again. And what can you say about Orange Coast coming in here? And you know what many assumed would probably be a little bit of a walkover here for Ventura. Not the case, as Lloyd Wright has maybe the game of his career, 31 points, double-digit rebounds, a couple of highlight reel dunks. Just a great performance, not only from Wright, but as a team. Really liked what I saw from Joshua Davis down low, really able to set the tempo and create mismatches. Does a pretty good job of reversing it in the mid-post, plays a little defense too. If you're Ventura College, it's something where you have to go back to the drawing board and figure out what your identity is going to be. And right now, they are a team in search of one. So until they figure that out, it's going to be tough sledding. And if anything, this is maybe the best thing that could happen early in the season for Joey Ramirez. Because, hey, it's not going to work your way. It's kind of like when you go back to the stories about the Dream Team. You can't just roll them out. You talk about you can't just roll out the balls and do what you want to do. You have to find an identity. You have all this talent. There's a lot of talent at disposal for Ventura. I just don't know if the pieces fit, and you have to make them fit. You have to grow as a team, grow as some players.
Yeah, a lot to still be determined here for Ventura off of this performance, 92-76. Pass along some special thank yous here as we wrap it up, of course, to Will Cowan here at Ventura College, helping to make this coverage happen. Our thanks to Will and everybody here at Ventura College, Rob Hester, and the entire staff here for helping us out on the broadcast. Of course, thanks to Jorge Zepeda and Matt Henson at SoCalCollegeSports.com. I want to pass along some thanks as well to some of the camera people for the various schools that also help us to do that. We worked with the Antelope Valley College and earlier with Moore Park College, and just a lot of other people that certainly are a part of this, and we certainly appreciate all the help that we get to help bring this to you. For everybody here at SoCalCollegeSports.com, I am Jeff Stoynoff repeating the final score, 92-76. Orange Coast advances to the semifinals. Ventura will be in action tomorrow at 3 o'clock. We will see you tomorrow. Keep track of our Twitter at SoCalCollegeSpo or at our website, SoCalCollegeSports.com. Keep you updated on the upcoming schedule here of games on SoCalCollegeSports.com. We will see you tomorrow. So long, everybody.